down into that arm.
I'm live. Hello, welcome to Feeling
Hello,
Engineered,
people.
episode number 77.
Hello,
We have
everybody.
absolutely nobody in the chat. What a surprise. I'm sure people are live soon enough. Hopefully, otherwise, I'm just doing this on myself, which is fun. Time for the news. Another random internet box. All hell blue whale.
And let's give.
Well, and yeah, that.
Peter
Hello, Peter. Hello, Leo.
and Lowell.
Yeah, you can now buy scented flaccid pills, which make fart smell like roses.
No, I want the opposite.
My wife would want to say. My wife would say, "Where are those available?"
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we've got a Canada blind girl. We're saying the same thing. Thank you, refund of the show on the stream allows. And yes, like, share, and subscribe, please. It's very much appreciated. Yeah, no worries, little nigga. Thanks for dropping a like. If you know someone who can empty a room with the smell of their farts, this might be the perfect present for them. A French man claims to have invented the pill which can transform the smell of your farts. Gone are the days where your chum smell of eggs or some rotten substance. Now your gas can have a wide range of aromas, smelling of everything from chocolate to violet.
Oh wait, wasn't there an SNL skit where the guy could change the scent of his farts?
I don't know, I don't watch it. I say it looks more like Santa Claus than Uncle Albert, Peter. Maybe if you shave the proper beard, then yeah. See, it's fucking Santa Claus's invented art. You can even make your farts smell like actual roses. And that's all thanks to Santa Claus. Or Christian Pongival. The mastermind behind the bizarre product called Pilupet. Hello, Alamo. Came up with the idea for the pills, following a particularly foul smelling meal, but his dinner guests couldn't stand the odors he was emitting.
That said something if he's clearing out the room, or clearing himself out of the room.
Yeah, he was just thinking if I can get rid of everyone else, then there's more food for me. He said, we were at a table with our friends. After a copious meal, we nearly exited ourselves with our smelly farts. The gas wasn't great for our table neighbours, so something had to be done about this. And thus his company, Luton Malin Cunningham, was born. He began developing the pills in 2007 and now has a range of them selling them in several different scents. He claimed the pills are entirely natural, just based on a dietary supplement based on natural ingredients.
Holy crap, it is Santa Claus. That looks like an elf. That outfit.
He looks like fucking Santa Claus in this.
I swear that's an elf outfit.
Yeah. I feel like Christmas. I feel like it was a Christmas one. He should just dress up as Santa because he looks the part. Website has the pill as a result of a lengthy research in trials, and has been on sale since 2007. A fragrant variant also add a touch of humour for any occasion. Our numerous returning customers are no doubt the best proof. The pills come in scents such as Christmas chocolate, Mayday lily, St. Valentine's ginger, violet and rose. Retail for roughly £17 a bottle. However, some bags are currently on sale for £13.52. Not just humans can benefit. The website also offers fart powder for dogs. The description reads a natural food supplement for pets. Say what, cryptic? Mean penis.
Hello.
Oh, cryptic. I can't do Asian accents. And if I did, I'd probably get arrested. So it's not.
Oh, cryptic, hello. How are you?
Oh, nice to see you to the figures. Just think what it needs to do to your. Just think what it needs to do to your insides in order to change the smell of your farts. Well, they said it's based on a dietary supplement, so they said it's natural. The product description reads: a natural food supplement for pets that fart. If you're tired of rolling down the windows during long trips, this is for you. Hello, Crappy.
Hey, Grabby.
All products from Paris and shipping to the UK is free. All products come from Paris and shipping in the UK is free. Total discretion assured, so your neighbours need to know what you've ordered. Nope. Fair enough. And that's a fucking cat die. One disliker. I swear we have like one guy who just religiously dislikes these streams. Like, seriously.
But wouldn't your neighbors thank you for getting something that makes your farts smell good?
Yeah, they won't be able to smell them.
I don't know. All in all, it's still a fart.
Yeah, you don't want to breathe in the air that has been inside someone's colon.
No. Yeah, you can't say piggers. Why not? Why can't I say piggers? San Francisco bans e-cigarettes until the health impacts are better known.
Their health impacts are well known. It's bad for you, but not as bad as cigarettes.
Yep. I think this is a lobby, though. This is definitely a lobby from.
It's got to be a lobby.
It's a stop competition. That's all it is. Because obviously they pose a threat to tobacco companies.
Yeah.
Try say something else.
You know you have to get a permit to grow your own tobacco?
Probably.
No. I mean, not really, no. But considering most cigarettes, it's not like they just take a tobacco leaf, roll it up in paper, you know? I mean, they do process the ever-loving hell out of it.
Even, cigars, that what I smoke are that, but there's, it's mouth cancer you get with cigars because you don't take it into your lungs.
Depends on the cigar. Depends on the cigar. If it's your cheap little 25 cent a piece game cigars or Dutch Masters or Black & Milds or any of those, that's one thing. But if you're talking a $13 CAO, those are kind of nice.
I got a nice mid-range cigar thing of cigars that is almost, well, I only have one left, so after that, I'm not smoking.
Yeah, because cigars are expensive, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Last cigars I bought a box of 30, and it was $180.
San Francisco banned the sale of e-cigarettes, becoming the first major city in the U.S. to do so. Officials moved yesterday to ban shops from selling them online and vendors from delivering them. The biggest e-cigarette maker in the U.S. is Zool, and is based in the city, and has been the center of the debate. As sales soared over the last 2 years, so does popularity amongst teenagers. Well, banning it's not going to help then, is it? Because they're just going to go back to normal cigarettes again, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
They're going to buy normal cigarettes and they're going to roll their own tobacco.
And the thing is, you can vape. I'm interested in knowing how many of these kids vape zero nicotine liquid, because unlike cigarettes, the liquid for vapes are very designer. They are exactly what you want in the strength you want.
Yeah, but I feel like it's pointless doing it for no nicotine.
It's pointless if they don't know. I mean, if they're doing it to look cool, okay, fine. They're doing it to look cool. There you go. Have fun. You look like an idiot. You know,
I was going to do the zero nicotine liquid just to play with the smoke.
And if you ask me,
most of the people in the competitions, that's exactly what they do. They use the liquid without nicotine, because nicotine is what burns in your throat.
Thunder.
Yeah.
To grow tobacco, you have to have an allotment from the FDA. Then, y'all stated that most growers grow their own tobacco. Some do, but a lot of it is imported from South America also. That's why tobacco farmers, there's only a few and all. So a lot of it is imported, and it's not cheap to raise.
Yeah.
So you can grow your own, like 10 or 12 plants for your own consumption, but to raise it and sell it, you have to have an allotment. And a lot of these companies are buying up allotments or leases and getting one or two groups to raise it. Because I know one family in particular that probably raise a couple 100 acres a year.
What does the tobacco do to the soil? Because I know the farmer that uses the land rotates between corn and soybeans.
Uh-huh. I mean, they do the same thing. They just grow tobacco in it 1 year, plow it under, let it set for a year, and then they plant corn on it or something, then tobacco the next year.
Yeah. Thunder, that's just crop rotation.
Right.
Yeah,
Standardized.
If you do the same crop too much in the soil, it'll kill the soil to where it won't support anything.
Yeah.
So say you use tobacco 1 year, they use some nutrients out of the soil, but then they grow something else that'll put the nutrients that the tobacco needs back into the soil and take a different nutrient.
Yep.
So they'll put a third one in there that takes a nutrient that neither one of the first two use, and takes one out of, or the third nutrient, and puts the nutrient that the tobacco needs, and then just keep on a cycle like that.
And working in tobacco is not fun at all. Because you have to wear gloves and all, because when you're pulling that stuff and tying it and putting it on sticks in the barn to dry, you get the rosin on your hand, which is pure nicotine.
Oh. Leaving the call station there. What happened?
And
all right, that's.
Wango, what did you get arrested for then?
All right. Sounds like Blind Girl's going to have an interesting story.
Yeah. Says she got arrested apparently.
Those pricks.
Well, I mean, at least you're okay. Does that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. Supporters of the ban say it will stop underage use of e-cigarettes. Cigarettes.
Wait, were they being serious? Because that's just funny.
Covered in paint. Why? Yeah. Make it harder for adults to quit. The critics say it'll make it harder for adults to quit regular cigarettes. San Francisco attorney Dennis Herrera, who spearheaded the law, said this year it was necessary because of what called signs of dead babies. All right. Wait, so you're covered in paint, or your signs of dead babies are covered in paint, or both? So I'm confused now.
Oh, the paint is a pain in the ass to get off skin. Both.
Both. Oh, that sucks. San Francisco attorney Dennis Herrera, who spearheaded the idea, said it was necessary because of what he called. Oh, you knocked out a guy. I just saw the fucking coward. You got knocked out by a fucking blind person. Hold up.
Well, she went to slap him with the stick, and he tripped over it, knocked himself out cold on the pavement.
You get knocked out by blind girl, that is just grounds for being made fun of your entire life, no matter what you do.
Yeah. You can't come back from that.
You win a strongman competition, it's like, yeah, but you got knocked down by a twig.
To be fair, strongman competitions tend to be geared for one specific motion.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, so the strongmen are fucking huge.
That is true.
He was black, fell down, white.
Yeah, he stole my jokes. Stealing my jokes there. Anyway. Say because of what he called application of responsibility regarding to e-cigarettes. E-cigarettes have existed for years. There's a lack of clarity is causing tremendous confusion at the same time. A whole new generation of young people are getting addicted to nicotine, Arena said. The explosion in youth. I don't have an assault record. Well, you shouldn't have assaulted someone then, should you?
Mm-hmm. Now, most of those vape shops, to be blunt and honest about it, they won't let kids into there. To the extreme of, if I have my son with me, my wife has to ride with me, so my wife can hang out in the car while I go into the shop. Because even though my son's only 2, they won't let him in the shop. Because the police will come shut him down.
Yeah, because they think they're selling it to young kids.
Yeah.
Because I know over here it's not allowed for anyone under the age of 18 anyway.
Yeah, that's what it is. Over here, all legal restrictions that apply to cigarettes apply to vape. That's, kids. Yeah.
Same
kids.
Same here as well. The explosion in youth use and the health risks to young people are undeniable. Still better than using normal cigarettes, though, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
San Francisco Supervisor Shaman Walton, in response to the law, said We've been constantly hearing from people about e-cigarettes and how rarely available they are in schools. The fact that they're easily hidden from educators.
So now they need to, if they're going to sit there and say everything's easily hidden, they need to get around to specifying, are they talking about the little tiny e-cigs or the big advanced vapors? Because there is a difference.
Even that, they can easily hide them in their bags or pockets or whatever, can't they?
Yeah, the big ones, the little ones will fit anywhere like a pack of gum or a pen will fit. The big ones, 9 times out of 10, you don't even want to put them in your pocket just in case it misfires.
I don't get how smoking is in any way cool. It's not.
It isn't TC, but it's the whole, I mean, you can go back to James Dean with that shit.
It's not, but vaping partly is, even though vaping is gay.
I do find smoking relaxing, but no, it is not.
It's not cool, but it is very relaxing. At the Tuesday's vote, Vule spokesman Ted Kwong said the ban will drive former adult smokers who successfully switched to vapor products back to deadly cigarettes. I feel like that was the point. That's what the fucking lobbyists want, obviously. Because they can try and hide this all they want. It's clearly a lobby.
Yeah.
Denying the opportunity to switch for current adult smokers and create a thriving black market instead of addressing the actual causes of underage access and use. And he said the company has already taken steps to prevent underage usage, and has proposals to prevent sales to minors in the city. But surely those laws were already in place anyway.
They will now.
I'm saying surely those laws were already in place anyway.
Most of the ones, they are for tobacco. They want to make them specific for vaping, just to be sure.
Why though? It's not even proven. Jill, in which Marvel Maker also group has a 35% stake, has pulled flavors including mango and cucumber from retail store shelves and has shut down its social media channels on Instagram and Facebook.
Wait, cucumber flavor? What the? Cucumbers don't really taste like much. Why? I guess the people like it.
Cucumbers just taste like water. How
Cucumbers actually have a very nice crisp taste to them.
Yeah, but they just taste like, that's the texture, like not the water. To me, they just taste like water.
Oh, one moment.
Yes, all hell blue whale. I agree. Anyway, come by myself now. Anyway, Hawaii proposed to become the 9th state to have gender X option on driver's licenses. Hawaii's no license to discriminate bill to become law Wednesday, which would make it the 9th state to offer gender X as a category on driving licenses.
It's ma'am.
I feel like the gender on your driver's license shouldn't make any fucking difference, should it? Really, I mean,
no. The thing is, when a driver's license, is saying between male and female, it's not asking for your fucking sexual identity. It's asking for, are you an innie or outie? And that's really what it boils down to. And everybody keeps conflating sexuality and physical sex.
Yeah.
My wife just said they want to know when they find your mangled corpse on the side of the highway, how many body parts are they looking for? She's got a point.
Yep. Oh, they could just look between the legs. Easy.
Mm-hmm.
Hippity hippity oi oi. Yep. I agree there. Governor David Edge.
Well, if you've been on as many wrecks and pulled people out of wrecks as me and my wife have, you'd see and understand why you need to know if it's male or female when you can't identify a face.
Oh, see, I didn't think of that one.
See, so my stoned ass wife wasn't that far off, huh, Crappy?
Nope.
And yeah, she is stoned.
But then when it's smaller, they can even harder because it's just going to say gender X. Like, what's that supposed to mean? That's just complete.
Gender X. It's a he that looks like Wolverine. Wasn't he Weapon X?
Yeah, technically.
Well, there you go. So, yeah.
It's either he was Weapon X or that was just the name of the program.
Governor David Eggs. A Democrat is expected to sign HB 1165 into law, which will allow drivers to select X if they prefer not to identify as either male or female on state-issued licenses. And the measure protects the person from having to provide documentation such as birth certificate to prove their gender before choosing gender X, according to Hawaii News Now. My internet disconnected. Well, regular viewers of the show would know that my internet disconnects pretty often, so. Okay. Legislation is being championed by members of and supporters of the LGBT community for helping to reduce discrimination against transgender and gender fluid individuals. Basically, freaks who, basically mentally ill freaks, basically. This measure returns us closer to an inclusive society of Native Hawaiians, which celebrate expressions of gender beyond masculinity and femininity. Kana Gabola Carlos, Executive Director of Hawaii State Commission, States of Women told Hawaii News Now. I mean, that's the job title, is it? I feel like that's a long fucking job title for somebody who probably has to do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't imagine there's much fucking things in their job.
Well, hell, what do you expect? What doesn't Google? Which VP was that up in front of Congress? Like VP of Integrity and Diversity and something.
Yeah, they always give stupidly long job titles to unimportant jobs.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it saves time in the speech. I guess if they ever have to make a speech.
I guess. Well, when the first 10 minutes is the introduction of your fucking job title, that makes sense, you know?
Yeah.
We'll make their job title a paragraph long, and they learned that by padding their dissertations in school.
Exactly. If I get green for never show on the stream, love. Right. Donald Trump has turned the American dream into a deadly nightmare. If you want to make Donald Trump, if you want to make America great again, you need to make Donald Trump leave.
Oh, no opinion there.
Nope. Of course not. A young man dreamed of a better life. So he left his home country and went across the water to the United States of America. You know, you could have done that legally.
Yeah. Did you have a visa? Did
I
you
don't know,
have
fucking-
permission? Or did you decide to take a chance and risk your own life by taking the chance, you dipshit?
I know it sucks that a fucking 16-year-old died, but you could have done that legally.
Mm-hmm.
I saw someone saying that you have to sneak into America before you request asylum.
No, you walk your ass up to any port of entry into
Yeah,
the U.S. and ask for asylum. You can walk your ass. If you're in South America, if you're in Brazil, Venezuela, any of those, you walk your happy ass up to the U.S. Embassy in Mexico, Brazil, whatever, and say, "Hey, I'd like asylum."
and that's why I told him. You can either go to the border or to an embassy to request asylum.
Not a border, a port of entry. There's a difference.
Frederick Drumpf, then age 16, became a barber, brothel keeper, and landowner. His son became a billionaire house builder in Queens, with links to the mafia and KKK. His grandson lost billions, spread his debts and name across the world, and became the 45th president of the USA. So they're linking Trump to the KKK now, are they? Oscar Martinez Jimenez was a poor young man too. He had a wife and a child when he set out from his home in El Salvador and linked them. He presented himself to the U.S. authorities, seeking permission to enter the country. They're both economic migrants. They were both of use to the U.S. economy. Trump was allowed to begin life outside for legality. Essentially, later, Oscar was told to wait. Well, he should have waited then, shouldn't he? If he didn't have waited, he would have died. Yeah, then they just roll this together.
Take the chance.
It has to backfired.
Mm-hmm.
He and his wife Tanya, and their daughter Angie Valeria lived in a hostel for 2 months. They had been granted a visa by Mexico. While waiting for the asylum claim to be sorted, but political and economic pressure made it unbearable. Oscar told his mother that he wanted the American dream. He wanted to work and buy a home for his family to get him a better life. It was impossible in El Salvador, where crime gangs and poverty were endemic. And he was drawn by the same light which attracted millions of others for centuries.
Wait, centuries?
Yeah.
The U.S. has only been around for a couple, but I guess.
Well, remember America. Was it the 1500s is when they first started settling America?
Yeah. Then
I
again,
thought when they landed in Jamestown, that started it. So that would have been 1607.
Yeah, but technically, you can throw the whole Columbus thing, which was,
Nah.
1500.
Technically,
That's
Columbus only visited South America.
Yeah. Hi.
Hi. Now I gotta drop a doctor's off.
Yeah.
Central America and the Caribbean, and he thought the Caribbean was India. Hence why parts of the Caribbean are called the West Indies. Well, as I said, I begged him not to go, but he wanted to scrape together money to build a home. It hope to be a few years to save up for the house. Oscar left El Salvador in April last year. It's possible for migrants to present themselves at the border and not have to wait for their case to be heard today. Metering policy means that only a handful of interviews allowed each day, and there's a waiting list of over 1,000 names on it. Migrants are given no appointment and no explanation of when their claim will be submitted. I assume it's a random thing, isn't it? Just the luck of the draw, I guess. On Sunday,
Man, what? They're going to complain about why it takes so long to get the paperwork through. It's because there's a lot of y'all to go through.
Exactly. On Sunday, after 2 months of waiting without worker money in Mexico, the family set off to cross the Rio Grande. The river took the lives of 283 migrants last year and is currently swollen with rainfall and water released from dams. In a final message to his sister, Wendy, Oscar said they would turn themselves into the border guards and at least be on U.S. soil while their application is considered. It's unknown if he was unaware of the conditions in the migrant detention centers in the U.S. about children being separated from parents, dehydration, overcrowding, infectious disease outbreaks, inadequate food and poor sanitation.
I'll be back as soon as I can. I gotta get off here.
All right, no worries.
All right.
Yeah, this afternoon, Oscar swam across first. With Valeria tucked into his shirt. Tanya followed, swimming on the back of a friend. Like how sniffing as to what happened. Some say Oscar lost his grip on Valeria in the current and died under the waters to find her. Rosa says he got her to the US bank, but he turned away to help his wife. The little girl became distressed and tried to follow him. Oscar grabbed her, but the pair were swept away. I found him Monday morning wobbling gently in the shadows by the Mexican bank. Valerie showed down around her shoulders. Oscar was 25 and Valerie was 23 months. Oh, that sucks. You might expect Frederick Jones gone for to feel sympathy for Oscars, do you? Not mentioning, I'm imitated. Yeah. You might expect a father and a grandfather to express sorrow at the death of a little girl still in nappies. By the time getting, Tom's grandfather said nothing about it. You'd probably lose. Tom's grandson said nothing about it. You'd probably lose money if you bet. Now when he does, he'll be blaming Oscar for killing his own daughter. I mean, it kind of is. Had he waited, his daughter would not have died. Simple as that.
Yeah, the Rio Grande is nothing to mess with.
Yeah. That's why I killed over 200 people last year. He'll probably tell you that the Mexican population of the U.S. is in decline. The more are leaving than entering, and a strong border policy will massively increase the arrests and detentions. Metering has done nothing to alter the current rate of crossing. Even the densest separations, dividing beatings, Warren Garner accused of has not stopped the migration, and in the Mediterranean, the things behind them are more frightening than those in front. And the problem is caused because the US is breaking its own rules while migrants do their best to follow them. No, they don't. If they were doing the best of all, then there wouldn't be so many crossing illegally, would there?
Pretty much, they figure they can skirt the system and get a free ride, but
Yep.
again, I'm not really that much in a position to talk about free rides, seeing as I get disability for doing nothing.
Well, they said, what was it, month of May, 144,000 applied for asylum or crossed the border. And a year, that's what, 1.5 million. We can't feed what we got. How we going to, feed another 1.5 million every year?
You can't.
No.
And there's that kind of infrastructure in place still and all that.
And if it keep on, South America ain't going to have nobody to do anything because they're all going to be up here.
And there's going to be nobody to make those countries better so that they make it a better place to live for the people who already live there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so by them coming to America, they're not really helping out their country.
No.
No. Well, they're putting ours in the hole even further, because then the system that is already, excuse my French, piece of shit, is getting worse because we got to take care of them now.
Yep.
And I mean, you take entitlements as what, half to 3/4 of the U.S. budget every year? Just entitlements? It doesn't make sense. We shouldn't have that many people on entitlement. If you're entitled to something, you better get up off your butt and work for it. I've been paying into Social Security since I was 15, and I'm not getting, what I deserve out of it, because of everybody else that I'm not talking about those that are disabled. I have a grandson that is disabled, and he's 19. I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about these ones that sit on their butts, have kids, so they can get more government assistance every month and go to the grocery store and eat better than I do every month. And I have to pay cash for mine. They slide a little government card and buy $300-400 worth of steaks, and chicken wings, and stuff like that. It doesn't make sense.
No.
Yeah, it's definitely a load when the people living off the government get fed better than the hard-working people.
Right.
And the reason America became so successful is because it let people who wanted to work.
Yeah. Because my way of thinking is, if they want this assistance, they need to get up off their butts and volunteer, pick up trash on the side of the highway to keep the government from having to pay people to pick up their trash off the highway that they throw out of the cars as they go down the road, or do something so the government doesn't have to pay for it, earn it.
Yeah, so like community service in a way.
Right.
Or they could
Doesn't make sense.
Or they could just employ those people that are out of work to do it.
Well, why work when the government's going to take care of you?
You know what I'm saying? Like maybe they could just employ those that have work to do it. That'll get them a job.
Yep. As long as you put in your time that you're supposed to, you get your check. You don't bust a grape, nope, you don't get a check. And everybody makes a mistake. Your first one's, okay, we'll help you. The second one, we're going to cut you by half a third. We're going to cut you to 3/4 in. And the fourth one, you ain't getting nothing extra. You better be able to name a father, because we're going to hit his butt for child support too. There's no sense in this stuff.
The women who pop out kids so they can make more money, that's
what's pulling the system down.
They make more money if they're if the father is not in the picture too. So
Yep. And they're getting
It's a whole
government subsidized housing and all this stuff. It just blows my mind. They ride around in better vehicles than I do.
Yep. The current administration says all migrants must apply legally, and none will be turned away. The metering policy sometimes allow in a few as 1 or 2 families a day. Has the same effect as the barring system. Violence pleads at the crossing points, and anti-migrant demonstrators are frequent. Swimming the river is faster, easier, and safer. The U.S. Constitution provides rules for naturalization. Whilst these children should not be detained for more than 20 days. Yet there are detention centers holding babies just 4 months old. I feel like you're a fucking pretty shitty parent if you let your fucking 4-month-old baby cross the fucking dangerous border. Like, no. Yeah, there are lifestyle breaks and guards have been found pushing detainees for the most minor transactions, removing blankets and pillows. Many laws today were introduced by earlier presidents, but used occasionally. And now they're used every day and broken every day too. When Trump's grandson ran for office, proposed to make America great again, he then ignored the fact his country was founded by economic and religious migrants who were willing to work and came over legally, I assume, and tried to bar people of the wrong faith. No, he didn't.
What did it say?
He said he tried to bar people of the wrong faith, even though he didn't.
No, Why are they so lying all the time?
Because Orange Man bald.
Just because he decides to speak his mind instead of trying to figure out how to use words to sound, how do I put this? The way he speaks may be off-putting, but he's doing good.
If by saying that, I think Muslims, that's what they're saying. He tried to ban Muslims even though he didn't, because I think 80% of Muslims are still allowed to go to the US. It was just certain Muslim majority countries that he banned people.
He's trying to the extreme ones that like to blow people up, those are the ones you don't want.
Yeah. You don't want that. Policy is no different to those of other countries, but this president insists because he is a grandfather, because his grandfather migrated, he built a fortune on immoral earnings. His father created a dubious empire, an empire of dubious legality. Yeah, he tells people that migrants are criminals. Well, yes, if they go over there illegally, then they are a criminal.
Well, yeah, ones coming illegally. But he didn't say all Mexicans are rapists. He said some.
It tells them there must be a wall, even though Mecca was always grace when it had a door. So you think, just open the door and just let everyone in. Let everyone in the building, there'll be no problems at all.
I wonder why San Francisco is covered in shit at the moment. Could it be them there migrants?
No, because that's how the world should be, covered in shit, according to these people.
Apparently.
Yeah, the American
dildos everywhere.
American gym is. Anyone who's still watching this fucking shit? Anyone still in the chat? Nobody stayed in for 20 minutes. I'm just wondering.
That says 5 people.
Many of starting to the bottom and climbing to the top has been turned into a nightmare. Allow the bad man to rise. Take the ladder away, not away afterwards because it feared of the rise of others. And they're failing in taking the US reputation with them. Yeah, to you maybe. To work and make America great again, you need to make it legally easier than illegal. And then illegality. You need to recruit enough border agents to handle the work. Allow they can skew nicely. And behave admirably to those who admire you. If it was really great, the US would pay the $7,500 cost of reparating Oscar and Valerie's bodies to their family. Danny is in the hospital again, broken and broke. It's difficult to give help to all those who ask it, but it's complicated for which the nation enters children into concentration camps. Should be grateful. Picture of Oscar and Valerie are hard for us to see because we all know all this, but you must look at them because Donald Trump will not see what we do. And he will see the cause of the two people who are no threat to his country and no threat to him. He will not see the tragedy that he made. Well, he didn't make it because he wasn't the one who fucking forced them to cross the river. They crossed the river themselves. He will see an excuse, an angle, a lie. He will see a threat to his re-election. He will see bleeding heart liberals. He will see his poll numbers. If you want to make America great again, you need to make Donald Trump leave. Share that one. 2 dislikes now. Progression. Moving up in the world, I guess. There we go.
I don't know, but I just found out which stream Peter Armand likes better.
Oh, we know. We know what stream he likes better. We all know that one. We all knew that to begin with. Oh well.
Yeah. Where is my list of things that account can say? Dustin Crystal?
Oh, Dustin Crystal. Never seen you before, but enjoy your ranch. Women are forced to consider abortion as due the government policy and with the traps children in poverty report says. 2-child limit is driving some women to feel they need to terminate unplanned pregnancies. New research finds. Mothers have been forced to consider having abortion. No problem. No problem, Dustin and Crystal. Mothers have been forced to consider having abortions so they can feed their families because of government policy which cuts some child benefits for households with more than 2 children, our report has claimed. Well, if you can't afford to have them, then don't have the kids then. Simple as that, you know? If you can't afford to have more than 2 kids, don't have more than 2 kids. It's not the government's fault. Suicide limit.
Yeah.
On you. What are you gonna say?
I know when I was in India, they had a slogan it was on about every vehicle over there. It said, "We two, ours, one." That meant a couple had 1 kid, and that was it. And a lot of them believed in it.
Yeah, if you can't afford to have multiple kids, don't have multiple kids.
Yeah.
It's not the government's fault. You can't afford to have several kids.
Yeah. Most of the ones that did have several kids, most of them were on government assistance. Because I know the 3 guys that I was training over there, all of them were single children.
Yeah. Suicide loan, which prohibits families from receiving tax credit and universal credit. And for the third or subsequent child is trapping children in poverty. To the point which they cannot eat healthy food or attend sports clubs, according to research from the Child Poverty Action Group and the Church of England. Based on more than 420 families affected by this policy, as well as additional evidence from charities, and in some cases, women who had unplanned pregnancies, often because contraception had failed, felt obliged to consider termination. You should have planned for that then, shouldn't you? This is what morning after pills and stuff are for. That's why they made it morning after pills and stuff like that, so that stuff doesn't happen. If it does fail, then
Yes, abortion should never be used as birth control. There's tons of options.
yeah.
Condoms, morning after pills, using a different hole, or just not having sex.
Exactly, yeah. Campaigners describe the policy as cruel, saying it sent a message that only one child matters more than another simply because of the order in which they were born. No, it just means if you can't afford to have multiple kids, don't have multiple kids. Suicide limit was part of a package and changes to benefits announced in 2015, aimed at reducing spending on working age families. In April 2017, low-income families, having a third or more, 3 or more kids, lost their entitlement to support through child tax credit and universal credit worth £2,780 a year per child. It's estimated that 160,000 families have been affected by this policy to date. Well, 300,000 children were pushed into poverty. They pushed into poverty by the year 2023/24, according to the findings, which also suggests 1 million people, 1 million kids will be pushed even deeper into poverty in the next 5 years. No, don't have kids, don't have them then. I remember when I first heard about this, I heard someone say it was like China. Should have like the two-side policy in China, but it isn't. You can have as many kids as you fucking like as long as you can afford to keep them. The report states that by 2024, more than half of children in families with 3 or more are expected to be in poverty. Well, don't have 3 or more kids then. Alison Garnham, chief executive of the CPAG, called on the government to lift the 2-child limit, saying, "We wouldn't turn away a sick child from our hospitals or stop them going to school, and yet 2-child limit denies families the support they need from our social security system. Denies families the support they need when they experience tough times, trapping kids in poverty." Reverend Paul Butler, Bishop of Durham, said the policy was fundamentally against the principle of pushing families and children into poverty. He added, "It's simply not right that children get support and others don't. So some of them get support and other kids don't. The 2-child limit must be lifted as a concerned effort to avert the rise in child poverty." Almost all parents took part in the survey said they had to cut back on essentials. One said they hadn't been able to afford inhalers that week because they were more concerned about their kids having food. And then they're paying they can make inhalers last before they ran out. Another mother whose partner became ill, unable to work due to disability, being that she stayed home caring for him and their 4 children. That she and her husband were not eating at all during the day to feed the children. Margaret Greenwood, Labour's shadow work and pension secretary, said the government must listen to the damning evidence in this report. It brings home the impact of cruel policy on families forced to give back on essentials, fishing and poverty as a result. Two-child limit means missing out on not just on toys or school trips, but meals and new clothes when they need them. It sends a message that only one child matters more than two. And then it's simply because of the order in which they were born. Interviews conducted as part of the research also suggested the two-child policy risks making it harder for women who experience domestic abuse. Because, of course, no men experience domestic abuse whatsoever, but, an increase in hardship they and their children face if they do not manage to leave. Under the new policy, if a woman can see the child due to rape, there is a requirement for disclosure of non-consensual conception to get an exception. Which the report said could make it more difficult to leave an abusive relationship and put mothers at an increased risk of violence. The research also states that refugees affected by the two-child limit likely to have arrived in the UK with next to nothing. And the two-child limit hinders their ability to rebuild their lives after traumatic experiences. Well, if you're just coming here, you shouldn't get anything. If you're coming here, you should get offered a job, and that's about it. Another benefits of a two-child policy not only undermine refugee parents' ability to provide material basics for their children, but also reduce refugees' access to skill activities which could help them integrate and build social connections with their peers, it said. One refugee couple had to stop swimming lessons for their eldest child, though she loves them, in order to cover essentials for the baby. Well, why did you have the other baby then? If you knew you were that tight on money, you shouldn't have had the other baby then. If it was not. Because that's all we can afford. That's why you must prioritize. I guess sometimes it just happens in life. Sometimes some people just show out money. That's just life. Life sucks.
There is no limit to good stuff life gives you. There is no limit to bad.
Exactly. Sometimes life can be amazing. Other times it can be absolutely fucking terrible.
Mm-hmm.
That's just life in general. A government spokesperson said this policy helps to ensure fairness by asking parents receiving benefits to face the same financial choices as those in work. Safeguards are in place to be made changes this year to make the policy fairer. Tackling poverty remains a priority. We're spending £95 billion a year on welfare and providing free school meals to more than 1 million children, supporting families improve their lives. Good morning, Tom. You're an hour late.
Better late than never.
Whatever the quote is, isn't it? Support families to improve their lives through employment and let's make a show that show that there are 600,067 fewer children living in workless households since 2010. Yeah. Wait on.
So, Trucker, where are you driving to, if you don't mind?
To the house.
Oh, TC's still here.
We had to run an errand.
Now, imagine your day also be full of them. Stuff you didn't get a chance to do throughout the week. TC's still here.
Did you get me a quart, Trucker?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I got you one. Unfortunately, I may drink it myself, but
Woman 24 hopped out of the air with husband 79 despite being mistaken for his man. My question is, how big is this guy's bank account?
how big is his pension?
Well, this is bank account in general.
Yeah.
Alexis Tadlock, 24, from Arkansas, says she wants children with a 79-year-old Charles. Really? She wants kids with a 79-year-old man.
Yeah.
Look if he can still fucking get up. Go hard on a man like that age, you fucking kill him.
I don't know. I mean, well, it's definitely one of those things, what he used to be able to do all night now takes him all night to do.
To be honest, you're probably falling asleep by the time you're done.
Why is her face like so white? Holy crap!
Well, when she gets too much sun, she gets a sunburn. If he gets too many, if he gets too much sun, liver spots. So it's all relative.
That is the whitest white person I've ever seen.
Despite him being mistaken for her grandchildren. And she's pretty white. A woman gets a snake in for her husband's granddaughter, or even his niece, says they're happier than ever. And they're looking forward to having children despite the 55-year age gap.
She found her sugar daddy, didn't she?
Mm-hmm.
That's why I asked the question, how big is his bank account?
I don't know, for a 55-year difference, he must be a Rothschild at this point.
That or he's got stock in Viagra.
She's seen his old Brinkley Dick Green. It's like being a ghost, you go white.
That,
Alexis Tadlock, 24, from Arkansas in the US, said the husband's child, 79, is the best thing that has ever happened to her. Young woman who's a funeral director, well, I guess the funeral's going to be easy, isn't it? If that's her job, then I guess you got to sort it there. First met Charles and his wife Kathy at church in 2015, and their hometown was Sheridan in Arkansas. When Kathy passed away at age 77 in September 2017, Charles became very sad and lonely. And Alexis began hanging out with him. The pair becoming very good friends. See, I just left it there. That would have been a nice thing to do. But no, you decided to marry the guy. Like I said, we first met back in church. We used to attend. It was Kathy, his wife. She and I were very good friends. And I was very sad when she passed away. I never had much to do with Charles, but one day I saw him sitting alone in the church and he was crying. I went to comfort him and we talked for ages. We became very good friends after that. And we would go and do things together and just hang out. Eventually, I think we became dependent on each other. My feelings started to really go the more time we spent together. I never thought things could happen between us. Tried to set him up with an older lady, but he flat refused to even go on a date. He then asked whether I wanted to go meet a younger guy. But I just couldn't imagine ever leaving. I hear you're a racist now, Father. I love that one. Yeah, probably. I think we're all racist on this team.
Yeah, speak for yourself. I'm just an asshole.
So we're all racist here. After the year of friendship.
I am not racist. I'm equal opportunity asshole.
Okay. After the year of friendship, Alexis said she began developing feelings for the retired school principal. I'm not racist. I hate everyone. Alexis said she began developing feelings for the retired school principal, Charles, despite the age difference of more than half a century. And she says she was over the moon to find Charles. Find out Charles had felt the same way and proposed in October 2017. Chucker is so racist he had to marry an American name to hide that fact. Well, everyone except Gonzo the Great. And the French, I assume, because everyone should hate the French and the Welsh.
Wait one second. Let me find.
The young funeral director said, one day, he told me how much he missed me. And I asked if he ever felt that way towards anyone else. And he said only his wife. He admitted our feelings towards each other, and our relationship blossomed from there. I was on the moon when he popped the question, and we just got married 2 months later. He's the best husband I could ever ask for, and we love each other deeply. We're very happy. He wasted no time in getting and we're married just 2 months later. Billy Wayne's have faced backlash because of the age gap. Alexis admitting that most of their friends and family had mixed reactions to the news of their engagement. And she reported that while most were happy for them, she said others were totally against it. 24-year-old added the couple does attract theirs from strangers, but she said that she and Charles do not let the age gap deter from their displays of public affection. And when Alexis said, I told people about Charles and I getting married, a lot of friends said, if he made me happy, then I should go for it. Most were very supportive, but I did have some people who did not agree with it at all. They became very hateful towards me. People usually think I'm his granddaughter, or they think I'm his nurse or carer. I'm generally the one that tells people we're married, and often they really don't know what to say. They look very shocked. I'm not surprised you're dating an old man. We don't make a big deal out of it. A lot of people in age gap relationships feel like they can't hold hands and stay close to each other because of all this whole thing.
He's got dentures older than his wife.
And his boxers are probably older than his wife.
Yeah.
Hell, my dad's children are older than his girlfriend.
Like you're in front of
Yeah, but his dad's. I'm not going there, crappy.
Go as hard and as far as you want. I don't care.
The fact that your dad's son is old enough to be my father.
Let me show you my favorite chill for my own Streamlabs real fast.
You have a Streamlabs?
As a joke.
Have they not given you one yet?
No, never. I don't expect it. Made it as a joke.
I didn't expect it either. I just made one just in case anyone wanted to be honest. I'm not going to say no. I'm not going to be an egg beater. I'm not going to be an tea beggar. Yeah, well, I did bear came in the chat for a bit, but other than that, yeah, we avoided them. I think that's going to stop now, though. Because I said he got a bit better than last time, so he doesn't want it to cause a problem or anything. Between any of us, so yeah.
I didn't have a problem with it.
I just seen it as a joke.
Okay, that Jew Bear was kind of annoying.
You know, but Ida Bear said it though. Ida Bear said he didn't want it to cause a problem between any of us. So if I lay my head on him, just like no one is there, I really don't care what others think. She does feel saddened by the fact she does not feel sad at times. She knows her husband will likely die before she will. I mean, that's highly likely. I mean,
well, statistically, even if you marry when you're around the same age, the man's likely to die first.
Especially there's a fucking 55-year age difference. I mean,
that's just hedging your bet.
He's almost he's gonna be 80 soon. I mean, his days are numbered.
It's called insurance money.
My question is this. Thunder, imagine this in your head. Get yourself a bottle of baby powder, or one of those plastic bottles of baby powder or talcum powder or something like that. Open it up, set it on its side, and slam your fist down on it as hard as you can. Is that his cum shot?
Probably.
You trying to say dust?
Yeah.
Well,
I'm coming.
Too.
She said having a baby
may fool you too now.
Yeah. I think she also said she wants to have a baby with him as well. So, at his age, he could die. He could easily die doing that. I mean, there's worse ways to go, but still.
Listen, It's maybe my favorite way to go. Death by snoo snoo.
Hey, leave her alone. It's clearly true love, guys. Tom, you came to the wrong show for that.
Well, it is true love. If I was rich, he'd truly love me, or she would truly love me too.
Oh, I think you came to the wrong show for that, I'm afraid. You expect us not to take the piss out of her. Or both of them.
Listen, Tom, give me $10 and I'll stop making fun of people for the rest of the show. I'll try. There's no guarantees.
For the whole 11 or so minutes or however long we go on for. I'm not
Hell, normally we do it for nothing.
Oh, wait, that reminds me. What's that new thing I put in here?
Your mother, I will not let negative responses from her trying with her soon-to-be 80-year-old husband. He said a lot of people get angry because they assume Charles cannot give me children due to his age. That's not true. He said I would if I could. My $10 would be like $7 for you though. Yeah, because your currency sucks. That's not true. We've gone through all the tests, and actually, it's me that has some fertility issues that we're working on. We wanted to have a baby, but I'm told himself is if I have a child with him, because they might grow up without a dad.
What do you mean, might?
More than likely will, because he's 80. I mean, he might die during the fucking conception. He's not fucking old.
Uh-huh.
Like I said, there are worse ways to go out. Big looking as I wouldn't mind dying second that. Yeah. Hopefully Blind Girl's not still listening.
I don't know, but I just put my way of disavowing you all in chat.
I don't know these people. They promised me cake for showing up. No, we didn't. We promised you nothing for showing up.
Wait, you're telling me the cake is a lie?
You're lucky you even get invited half the time.
I don't know why. I seriously don't know why you invite me.
Well, I don't know. We like you, I guess.
Well, I know the cake is a lie, but boy, could those turrets sing. I don't know. Pumpkin, have you ever seen the ending of Portal 2?
Nope.
Yeah, see, TC agrees the cake is a lie.
I don't know when. Well, spoiler for the end of Portal 2. The turrets actually know how to sing, and they sing really well. Little animated turret critters. Well, not critters, but.
Oh, wait. No, I saw Peter do a playthrough of it once.
I like GLaDOS.
Yeah. Yeah, but when he dies, I'll have nothing of him. I need something fucking to carry on. To carry with me for the rest of my life. Yeah, just mute the gun. No, I'm not used though. There's no other place I'd rather be right now. And there's no one in this world I'd rather be married with. 21-year-old says, child treats her better than men she dated in their 20s. I don't expect that though, he's an old man. She treats him better than any guys I've dated in their 20s. He has old fashioned values and is a true gentleman. It's because he's old. He's the best partner, he's perfect for me. There's not one thing about him I would change. We love each other deeply and make each other happy. That's all that matters. Charles, there's two grown-up children at age 48 and 54, so fucking kids are old enough to be his fucking mother. And kids are old enough to be paid into his wife. There's some young people that have young souls. Some young people that have old souls. I feel much younger on the inside. The age difference doesn't affect our marriage. No matter how old you are, everyone still needs love. Yeah. I guess that's kind of sweet in a way, but I'm a dick, so yeah. Yeah, I don't know how long we're going to go on for, but unless we shall carry on. Sweaty Ground says she won't pay the TV license, so she'll get free telly in jail.
Go, Grandma.
So yeah, if you don't know, those who live in the UK, you have to pay a TV license for the BBC. And it's illegal not to pay for it if you own a TV. It doesn't even have to be a TV. It can even be like a laptop because you can go on BBC iPlayer. It's stupid. The Glasgow grandma says she'd rather be put in prison than pay the license to the BBC. A Fal Muff grant outlining her opposition to the license fee changes has gone viral. On Tuesday, a large group of pensioners gathered outside the BBC offices in London to protest the decision to scrap TV license fees for over 75. It's a good thing, I say, because in a way this is a good thing because it shows they're running out of money. And they know full well the only people that watch TV on a regular basis are old people. So that's why. Because I mean, the BBC could just go tomorrow. I wouldn't give a fuck. I'd be glad if they left. Yeah, for an old person, not so much. Then in spirit, if not person, the unnamed Glasgow granny was filmed being quizzed by the policy changed by her family. With Dark Siobhan behind the camera. The sharp-tongued geriatric is asked whether she planned on hitting the picket line, Glasgow Live reported.
She's in the jailhouse now.
Hey.
Speaking of
jailhouse now.
Hey, I just got home.
Still covered in paint.
Just guess my favorite shirt?
Oh.
My cousin got more of it than I did.
Oh.
Somebody went to punch a fascist, aka my cousin. I'm like, oh, hells no.
You ever get an assault charge?
Yeah. Okay, so Antifa showed up and they went to they smashed a bunch of signs and threw a bunch of paint and then one of them hit my cousin and I went, oh hells no, and I picked up my stick and I just started blindly swinging, literally. And then the cops showed up and arrested everybody and Antifa was trying to say we were the aggressors and then I showed them my blind stick and I went, really? And the cops were like, did a blind girl seriously just go out and assault you? And they're like, yes. And the cop's like, I find that hard to believe. So then we got let go.
Blind privilege, I guess.
Yeah, because like every time there was somebody like getting ready to hit somebody, they'd be like, blind girl. And I'm like, you called?
Yeah, same as on ABC. Yeah.
What was that? Isn't that in Ontario?
What? What's in Ontario?
Because I wanted to see if there's any the protest today. Because I wanted to see if anyone put any film up yet.
Probably not. I was told I was not allowed to live stream or anything because apparently the last time somebody put on Twitter who they were and what they were doing, a mob showed up to like take them down, and I was like, "Great job, guys! Great."
Back to the news.
Yeah. Anyways, back to the news. Sorry.
Talk about it. I'm not being funny. How many over 75s can go on a protest march to protest a TV license? Some people can't even walk. That woman off camera says. Well, they can roll in their wheelchairs, I guess, if they can't walk. Well, I'll make myself walk. She replies. Definitely no fucking paying that.
That is too many. Wait, is that too many asterisks? No, I just can't count.
Probably. I don't even know what that says. Why they just fucking write it?
Well, technically, each asterisk is supposed to replace a letter.
Yeah. I'm too dyslexic to fucking work out. When pointing out that she'll go to prison if she doesn't stump up, the principal pensioner says, I don't care. You get free meals, you get television in prison. Look at the perks. You get your shower and your bath, and all you want. I'm definitely not paying it anyway. In a bid to calm the crusading OIP, the woman on camera says, "You'll be in there with a bunch of big bitch bears. You'll be in trouble." The Granny simply replies, honestly, and replies and says they'll be in trouble. Nothing it seems will change Kelly Lady's mind. Green Thunder background noise.
Oh, now it starts. Freaking.
I'm not paying it. I'm never not paying it, she says. There's a lot of people who like me who will pay it. Who will not pay it. That's my final word on it. I'm going to the prison. You can come and see me in prison. You gotta love Scottish women. You gotta love old Scottish women, I guess. Principal. Since it was posted yesterday, the video has been viewed 50,000 times and received 2,500 likes. On June the 10th, BBC confirmed it would scrap licenses for millions of people aged over 75. Benefits were only available to those on pension credit from June 2020 under the brutal cut announced by the corporation because you have no money anymore. And then it hit shilling time. Does anyone still out there other than fucking Tom? I don't know.
Could be worse.
No.
Pumpkin Trucker Channel, almost daily dash cam starting up again tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. going to Springfield, Pennsylvania.
Being fun there.
Live stream every Wednesday.
And so, find the link. I'll send you over to Blind Joking in half an hour.
Woohoo!
Which will actually start on time for once on a Wednesday, which is rare.
I know, right? Totally rare.
Yeah, anyway, we're in 29 minutes. Anyone who's still watching this shit, which is probably none of you, but if it's Tom, which I know Tom will be there anyway, but yeah. Although they will, don't piss on the shower curtain, you're all a bunch of cunts. Goodbye.